Hey everybody, Alyssa from Headliner here. Today I'm going to be walking through all of Headliner's automation tools to help you grow your show while not necessarily actively producing new content or even working too hard. Headliner's automations helps give you a little bit of a break, give you some time back while ensuring that your podcast is still growing and reaching listeners in new and different ways. So the first thing that we're going to be exploring today is going to be our automated transcription via Eddy by Headliner, which is our transcript-based editor. To access Eddy, you'll first need to log into your Headliner account by visiting make.headliner.app and then clicking on this pink Transcribe, Edit, and Grow button. Once here, you'll be dumped kind of into Eddy's UI. So this is what it looks like, and you can see here that I actually have an automation already running. And you'll know if you have an automation running because you'll see this lovely little automation section here. And to quickly find your automated transcripts, you'll just really see this colorful little wand and automated call out next to your project. So first I'm going to be walking through how you actually go ahead and create an automation here at Headliner. So first thing is you're going to click on this button, which is Get Transcriptions Automatically. Go ahead and click Get Started. And then you'll either drop in your RSS feed or search for your podcast directly. Once you've found your podcast, you'll go ahead and select it. Go ahead and select the language in which you recorded. The default here is going to be US English, but Eddy does support over 100 different languages for you to pick and choose from. Once you've found your recorded language, go ahead and click Continue with this language. At this juncture, you'll be informing Eddy how it should create for you. So you can see here there's a bunch of different toggles, which is going to be Name My Project, Add Chapters, Remove Filler Words, and then Personalize to My Podcast. Very quickly, walking through each of these different action items. So name your project, it's going to automatically name your project. It'll use your transcript to inform the titles, and it'll generate up to 5 different titles for you automatically to kind of pick and choose from or edit at your leisure. If you've already named your podcast and you're happy with everything that's there, you can go ahead and toggle this off. Next is going to be add chapters to your project. So this is very dependent on how you're going to be using your actual podcast and the project that follows. So you don't by any means need to have this toggled on or off. It's just very up to you. So Eddy will automatically go ahead and insert chapters at kind of different appropriate time markers and go ahead and name them. So by toggling this on, you're having chapters added to your project. By toggling it off, you're just having a full transcript without any chapters or anything kind of breaking it up. It's totally user preference. The third one is going to be remove filler words. Again, if this is a fully edited recording, you honestly probably don't need it. You can go ahead and toggle it off. But if you're wanting some of those filler words stricken from your transcript, I would go ahead and leave it on just for an easier reading experience. But again, like chapters, totally user preference. The fourth and final option is going to be personalized to your podcast. So with every automated project, podcasters get access to what we call the podcast promo pack. The podcast promo pack is a marketing asset pack that's filled with all sorts of different tools that are going to be branded to your tone, style, and then of course your podcast. We create this by looking at your RSS feed, so that's why you actually search for your show here. So we can kind of go back and look and see what you've done in the past to try and iterate and almost mimic what you've already created. This ensures that you get marketing assets that A, sound like you, and B, you want to actually use. So by toggling this on, you're saying, hey, go ahead, kind of match it up to what I've done. By toggling off, you're still getting access to those. It just may not be branded to your show specifically. Once you're happy with your settings, go ahead and click Continue with these settings. The last step is going to be for you to kind of dictate where the automation starts. So Eddy does have the ability to go ahead and automatically transcribe your entire back catalog. So regardless of how many episodes you've already created, Eddy can go through all the way to episode 1, transcribe them, create those marketing assets for you automatically, send them to your email so you can kind of review them and use them at your leisure. The next option is going to be doing your most recent and then future episodes. So I do want to quickly note that this back catalog option, it will also do future episodes. So it'll kind of start from wherever you started your podcast and then continue on until whenever your podcast decides to wrap it up, which is hopefully never. But then this option over here is going to be your most recently recorded and published episode, as well as the future episodes. So it'll start again at your most recent and then continue on for the life of your podcast. So I'm going to go ahead and click my back catalog. And then you can see here that was really easy. Most of the time it took me to set up was mostly just because I was talking. So you can see here that the automation has been set up for my podcast, and I will be getting up to 3 transcriptions per day. So that's a pretty quick turnaround time, and it'll kind of, again, send them to my email inbox, or I can just come back here and kind of check on the status and download and interact with my transcripts at my leisure. So really quickly, I do want to kind of review what these projects look like. So all of your automated projects are going to be audio. I do want to quickly call out that Eddy does work well with both video and audio. So if you have a video file and you're wanting it transcribed, you will have to manually do it each time. Again, super quick process, nearly identical to the first one. It should only take about a minute or so for you to create a project for video. But again, for those automated transcripts, you'll see here that we've got this automated call out and my audio file here. So I can go ahead and click on it. And by clicking on it, you can see that it's gone ahead and it's opened up my project. So I can do all sorts of things here to kind of go ahead and edit things. So you can see here, maybe Max's name is spelled incorrectly. Sorry, Max, if you're watching this, I'm pretty sure I'm spelling your name correctly, but I may not. But you can go ahead and click Update All Instances and go ahead and correct. And then anything that had that weird spelling of Max, you can go ahead and automatically replace it, and then just kind of clean up what follows in your transcript. And if you're wanting to go ahead and clean the actual transcript, you can just go ahead and click delete. But if you're wanting to impact the audio file, I would actually recommend clicking a spacebar over anything that you've deleted that you still want in your audio file, just as this transcript-based editing does automatically clean things out of both the audio and the transcript via edits. So by having kind of the space bar, it's striking it from your transcript, but it's keeping it in the actual audio file. So I'll go ahead and do that and click correct. Now you can see here that we have Maximilian and then this little space guy. So striking it from the transcript, but leaving it in the audio for me as well. And there's all sorts of things you can do here. So for instance, maybe I want to just change Oliver to the 3rd. Correct. And you can just really go through and kind of quickly glance over your transcript. Maybe you want to kind of change out the speakers. So again, maybe this is Max speaking. You can go ahead and update all instances and just really kind of keep thumbing through and edit things very quickly. And once you're happy with your podcast's transcript, you can go ahead and export it and use it however you would like. So to do that, go up in this upper corner, click export, click transcript, click the drop down, and then you'll see we have all sorts of options for you here. So most common use cases for why somebody would actually want to export these transcripts is going to be uploading them into their podcast host. So this is going to allow you to very quickly kind of optimize your back catalog via your host, especially as we know that most major podcast players now allow transcription features. So this will give you a little bit more control over your podcast search and discovery abilities. Again, just kind of ensuring that this little drop down, you have the appropriate file type selected. I do believe VTT and SRT are going to be kind of the most widely accepted. I know that those at least are the versions accepted by YouTube, so I believe that these are going to be pretty universal in adding transcripts to your podcast uploads, whether that's going to be on your host or on YouTube. And then again, kind of the last big thing that Eddy can do is going to be having your promo pack. So you can see here that we have all sorts of wonderful assets. So very quickly walking through, we have branded relevant show notes, episode art, keywords, social copy, quotes, references, newsletters, and blog posts. So you can, again, kind of use all of these assets however you would like. And for pro accounts, you can even kind of adjust and regenerate them. So I went ahead and clicked on newsletter. Maybe I want it to be a little bit longer though, and a little bit more headliner-like. So I'm going to go ahead and click this drop-down length arrow, click longer, make it, maybe a little bit more casual for the formality of things, and make it a witty tone. And then if you would like, you can also kind of chat with Headliner's AI here to kind of add any instructions outside of changing the length, formality, and tone here in Headliner. Then you're going to go ahead and click regenerate. And after about a minute or two, you should get kind of that updated marketing asset ready for you to use. So again, the promo pack has all of these wonderful things that you can use to kind of share your show out, to kind of re-promote it, regrow it on social, YouTube, blogs, the internet, however you are currently marketing your podcast. Very quickly, that is an overview of Eddy's automation. So again, a really awesome tool that's going to allow you to better optimize and grow your podcast without, honestly, a ton of work. I mean, again, most of this video so far has been me kind of just talking. You can see that the work level has been pretty low in regards to my effort that I tried to record with Eddy. So next, let's go ahead and review some more of the automations that are found here within Headliner. So Headliner, you can see right off the bat, we have a couple of different things here. So this most notably, and probably our most popular use case, is going to be our automatic audiograms. So automatic audiograms are going to allow you to do exactly what it says, automatically create and share audiograms from your podcast. So every time you record and release a new episode of your podcast, Headliner will go ahead and kind of make an audiogram for you and then distribute it however you would like. So you can have audiograms sent directly to your email or uploaded to social media, whether that's going to be shorts, clips, segments, or full-length episodes of your podcast. So very quickly, I'll go ahead and walk through kind of what an automation could look like. And then very similar to Eddy, you're going to have to first find your podcast. So you can either search for your podcast or drop in its RSS feed. Again, go ahead and select the language if you're going to have captions on your videos. Very similar to Eddy, over 100 different languages are supported here. Next, you're going to want to kind of you're going to want to choose your destination. So there's a couple of different ways that the automations can work. So if you want things automatically posted to the platform, you will need to select the actual platform itself. This is obviously going to tell us, hey, go ahead and post your clip to Instagram, post it to Blue Sky, and then you'll be able to kind of fill in the blanks of what you want your captions to be and how you want your audiogram presented. You can also do full-length audiograms on YouTube and Facebook. I'm going to go ahead and show you a YouTube automation, just as it is one of the more complicated automations in my opinion, just because there are a few more levers that you can pull in regards to the metadata. So I am actually going to go ahead and do a full episode automation, but you can go ahead and do clips and shorts for most recent and future episodes, or episodes from your back catalog, extending again all the way through the life of your podcast. So that's a new feature, and we're super excited to see that that is live now here in Headliner. But again, I'm doing full episode, and then there's a couple of different ways that you can do this. So again, you can tell Headliner go ahead to automatically post. If you want to have Headliner automatically post, but you want the ability to review your audiogram projects before the world sees them, you can totally do that. Just be sure to select the private upload settings, and I will show you that in the next step, so no worries, it's super easy. And the second way, if you just kind of want to do it on your own accord, on your own time, you're going to probably want to have everything emailed to you. So again, this is totally user preference. Again, I'm doing the auto post, so I'm going to go ahead and select that and click next. And once you have signed in and kind of verified your YouTube account, you'll see something that looks a lot like this. So you can kind of play around with how you want the title styled. So you can see here that we have some script tagging. You can kind of edit stuff and add all sorts of things from your RSS feed to your actual title. I think click save those changes, add it to podcast playlists. It'll automatically pull your tags for you. So if you don't want that, go ahead and delete that. I would recommend leaving it on though. I think it kind of gives you a little bit of a leg up in that search algorithm. So I'd leave that on. And then again here, this is kind of where you can dictate how you want us to post. So if you want to review everything ahead of time before the world sees it, go ahead and click private. And once you're happy with your auto posting details, you'll just go ahead and click confirm auto posting. And then here, you're going to again go ahead and select your back catalog if you want us to create up to 1 audiogram per day, kind of looking back from the life of your podcast and then continuing on however long your podcast goes. Or you can select the future episodes, which will do the most recent publication of your podcast, again, all the way to the life of your podcast. I'm going to go ahead and click back catalog. And then here you can see that you can go ahead and tell Headliner, hey, do it for all of my episodes, or you can do it seasonally. So a lot of podcasters like to try and mix up the look of their audiogram by season. So if that's something that's of interest for you, I would totally recommend doing that. And then here you're going to go ahead and select your template. So you can see Headliner has all sorts of wonderful pre-made options that you can go ahead and kind of edit and make your own. So I'm going to go ahead and click on, I haven't tried this one in a while, so I'm going to go ahead and try this. This is one of our brand new templates. So you can see here, you can do a bunch of different things to kind of change up the look and feel of your podcast. So especially if you have kind of specific brand colors, you can go ahead and do that. You can change the font style of your captions to make them, again, more aligned with your brand. So I'll go ahead and change it to the Headliner font. Change this to the Headliner font. And there you go. You can see that's going to be my audiogram for, I believe I selected season 1. Yeah, so it's pretty easy, very quick and painless process again. So you can go ahead, once you're happy with how everything looks, go ahead and preview your automation. And you can see here that this is just a sample of how your autograms will look, but Headliner will go ahead and post this to my YouTube for me, make it super easy. So once I'm happy with kind of how everything looks, I can always go back and edit. If I wasn't, I can change things. Or if I'm happy like I am, let's say go ahead, set it up. And there we go. Headliner is going to go ahead and post an audiogram for each episode of season 3 automatically to YouTube for me. And then kind of one final thing that Headliner can help you do automatically is going to be caption all of your projects. So regardless of if you have creative video or audiogram projects, Headliner can automatically generate those social captions, making for a very seamless posting process. So perfect place for it to dump me out, because to do all of this, you're going to need to navigate to your projects tab. So you can see here, this is going to be that second option kind of at that top navigation bar. And to get your social clips, super easy. All you're going to do is find the clip that you want to share and post. Again, it can be a video project or an audio project. You can kind of just pick a clip, click the 3 little dots, click share. And then you can see here that this is going to be my video, and you can select the platform in which you want Headliner to post your clip to. And you can see here that Headliner's gone ahead and it's generated everything for me. So it's automatically put in a video title, it's written a caption, so you can kind of edit things out. Maybe give a little shout out, video made and posted with www.headliner.app. And then go ahead and select your podcast playlist. So I have a playlist for all of my podcast shorts on my YouTube channel. Can go ahead and fill out metadata. So if I want to add any tags, this would be a great place, again, for you to go through with Eddy and say that these are the same episodes. You can go ahead and go to your podcast promo pack, go to your keywords, quickly copy them from Eddy, navigate back on over to Headliner, dump them in there, and now I have all of these keywords ready to go for my podcast. Go ahead and click Save Changes, and then post my video. And then you can see here, Headliner is getting to work and it's going ahead and it's automatically posting and sharing my video for me. So we covered a lot. Most of this was me talking, but you can see that this is really an easy process. Automations do require a little bit of work for you to set them up, but after those initial 5 minutes or so, you've got just a really awesome content stream that's automatically going to share your podcast and help you grow it out wherever you should so choose. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, what have you, feel free to drop them in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching and happy podcasting.